points pointing to the fact that somebody has to be made a scapegoat, and you feel that you are being targeted, etc., etc. Zlatan, this is a big topic, and Wadud will be joining us for this particular one. Zlatan, I mean, your initial takes, any surprises when you heard that interview from Mo Salah?
I think if you talk about Mohamed Salah, first, if you talk about the issue with Liverpool and then Salah, you have to first acknowledge the fact that he is their greatest player. That is what Liverpool fans want us to believe, and it is true. To win the PFA back-to-back, to do the things that nobody could do for them, get them the UCL. He's a key player for them. We saw it under the Klopp era, redefined season for Liverpool, to even win the EPL at the expense of that dominating team of Pep Guardiola. But this is what I would say: the team is struggling, and then the manager benches Salah for 3 games. Suddenly, it's a relationship issue. Since when did sitting on the bench automatically mean the coach doesn't or have an issue with you? We have to let that make sense in here. So I'm the manager, Arne Slot, and then there is no law in Liverpool or in football that forces Arne Slot to keep Mo Salah in the starting lineup of every game that Liverpool plays. First, if it's about the player and then the manager's relationship, the manager has proven to us that with the acquisition of Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak, these guys in the team, he is yet to find a puzzle. He is yet to solve them, how to even blend them together, where to play on the pitch. So the manager is already struggling in terms of how to fill the team, how to fill the players tactically on the pitch, and that's why they've been conceding woefully. Because tell me why a manager start the season with McAllister, who was very, very crucial for him in terms of distance covered on the pitch last season. He started the new season and then Alistair is on the bench. He started the new season and then Gravenberch is on the bench, the young best player in the EPO we saw last season. Why? It is because he is not at the level where you see a Pep bringing in 100 million player and still bench him, because as a manager you have to be the man to usher the player carefully, smoothly into the team. Because already you can't tell me that last season you won the league and after that season you don't have a team, because there is no Diogo Jota wherever he is, may his soul rest in peace, because Darwin Núñez left, because Luis Diaz left, so you don't have a team, so you dismantle the system just to fill the new players. So already on coaching terms, if someone is to carry the blame in football, when a manager tries something abysmal, not finding things well, Szoboszlai plays right back, Conor Bradley will be on the bench, Liverpool fans to be complaining, next day Szoboszlai as attacker, next day Szoboszlai as a midfielder, then clearly the manager is not doing the job that he needs to do. Then clearly the manager is struggling to fix the puzzle. The manager is struggling to solve the situation at Liverpool. That's point number 1. And this is allowed in football for you to criticize and analyze a manager, and that's what we are doing here. 2, there's no law in Liverpool's manual that benching Mohamed Salah means you have a personal issue or you have a beef with Mohamed Salah. It is not written anywhere that benching Salah is a crime. It is not written anywhere that the best player in their history can't be benched. So for Mohamed Salah to voice out, where did he voice that? Who talked about relationship issue when Liverpool is struggling? I'll go back to what Jamie Carragher said. And to me, a trap was set for Salah. And I don't know how he intentionally went straight to the trap to just put his arms in there. Because Jamie Carragher, when they were struggling, when they lost their 9th game against in the Champions League, Carragher said, there's no point in time that you hear Salah talk about Liverpool, whether they are struggling or they are doing something. Salah only voice out when it's about maybe leadership role, when it's about contract issue, when it actually goes against him, he'll voice out. But when they are struggling, the 2 leaders in the team don't talk. We see Van Dijk grant interviews, talk about how they have to redefine their season if they want to defend the title, but you never see Mohamed Salah on your screens. Always the calm guy. But when it goes wrong, when it goes against him, he will voice out. And truly, you are on the bench for the 3rd consecutive time against Leeds United. Not even at the presser, not even at the postmark, but at the mid zone, going home, going to pick your car after the game. Being the leader, there are some qualities that leaders, portray. There are some qualities that as a leader you have to have. Calming the waters. How do you do that? You are that big man. Liverpool respects you, and that's why they extended your contract. Salah can't tell me that this Liverpool team is throwing him under the bus. At your age, they extended your contract. They pay you higher. They respect you. Ahead of the season at Anfield, you sat on the throne over there on your media handle to showcase how big you are for Liverpool. Bigger achievement for them.
So we should be ready to go down with them.
So to me, Mohamed Salah, as that big man, I can't talk about issues behind the scenes there. We are not there. But in front of the scenes, the man who voice out to the media will be the man who sets up the whole club for mockery. And it was not Arne Slot. Because Arne Slot facing his issues in terms of coaching style, in terms of tactical variations that we've been criticizing, he already knows that his job might be on the line. But for Mo Salah, they extended your contract. You being the captain, there are some key things you have to do to help these guys to adapt. We've seen Florian Wirtz struggling, and it's all about adaptation issues. Because the Florian Wirtz we saw in the Bundesliga is still the Florian Wirtz we are seeing today. But what's wrong? He holds on to the ball. Last time you made a certain analysis that in terms of how he loses possession in the Bundesliga, he'll be very calm. But in the EPL, that calmness is not needed. You have to be rapid. You have to be fast, quick transitional play. So if you are Salah, and then you go on to tell people that you don't care about the new players in. This is what I take from what he said. You are trying to tell us that at first there was a good relationship between you and then Arne Slot. The big question is, when on earth was it written that if a player is benched for 3 games, 5 games, it means the player has a bad relationship with his manager? What is wrong with Salah being on the bench? I know people will come and tell me that he's a big game player. Salah is a big man. Salah can't be benched for 3 games. All players have egos. I understand. But players have egos, and players to know when and how to voice out. Not at the mix zones. And aside that, the Salah we know today, and Slot first season to be the first Dutch man to win the EPL. Salah scored 28 goals, 18 assists. Incredible. So what stopped Mo Salah from going to Arne Slot? Because Salah today, to me, can be a leader at Liverpool. Salah today should be the man who will sit on the bench, or should be the man to even help create a conducive environment for a certain Alexander. Isak joined Liverpool because he knew he was going to play with Salah to achieve bigger things. Hugo Ekitike joined because he wanted to achieve bigger things. And now these guys are in. And your manager is trying to let you know that manager no, he's just trying something. He's just trying to cook something to help salvage the situation. So if it's your turn to be on the bench and then you are on the bench, I'm saying this because they started the season with their influential midfielders on the bench also. And that was McAllister. People will say, but Zlatan, who is McAllister? He's nobody I accept. Same way, if you're a professional player, going onto the bench shouldn't be a problem for you. So if you are over there, who told Salah that he's yet to fight for his position? No, the manager was trying something. Go and check Salah's goal ratio this season. Very bad. So if you are that player and then you go onto the media and then you tell us that it's like you know what you've done for the team, because what you've achieved for the team, because you've killed yourself from Liverpool, you've been that man for Liverpool, all is in the past. This is football. We are not running a church to award you based on your past records. Football is a progressive thing. We are going forward. And I get this from Michael Owen's tweet. A team sport, collective thing. So the Salah, who is the Prince of Liverpool, the Prince of Liverpool should create a conducive environment for Hugo Ekitike to thrive, for Isak to stay, because already Salah extended his contract because he was on the verge of leaving this club. When the season ended, even the season where you broke all the records to win the PFA player back-to-back on Pono, you were on the verge of leaving the team. So clearly the team was having different plans without you. It doesn't mean they've disrespected you. They had to sit back, think about it, to extend your contract, pay you higher, extend you and then Virgil van Dijk's contract. So what we are seeing today, it is what we are going to see in the post-Salah and then Van Dijk era. They're struggling. So the manager is trying to solve it. Even though you are there, he has to find a solution. He can't wait for you to go before you start fixing it. Because in the way to solve it, no, he's just, shifting things, losing 9 games consecutively. Their worst ever since 1953. And you are there on the pitch. These things are happening. So what you are trying to let us understand, because of what you've done in the past, the Cody Gakpo that we are talking, that he'll be missing chances. This season, he's having G's and A's in the EPL than you. Hugo Ekitike is having the G's and A's than you in the EPL. So if the manager says sit on the bench, na and then you go onto the media, you make it sound like because you've been on the bench 3 times, meaning there's a relationship issue between you and then Arne Slot. How? Where is that written? That Salah being on the bench means when Arne Slot won't talk. It is not fair. And to me, if you say these things that you've earned your spot because you won the UCL some years ago, you've earned your spot because you were the best player for them some years ago, you've earned your spot because you are the greatest ever in Liverpool's history, I accept it. Actually, on that phase, but the phase that Liverpool are in now, they are even in limbo whether to sack Slot or not. For you to add more pepper to what they saw as a leader, this what Salah has said is actually going to create more chaos. And now the negativity and the anger from what he said as a star man, the fans are also going to amplify it. Already bad statistics about Liverpool is now coming out because we've seen the twin brother of Eric Ten Hag at the helm of affairs at Liverpool in Arne Slot, and the bad records have started coming. Now you see Liverpool fans saying that we've lost 9 games in the last 12 games. It has never happened before. It will happen. When United were struggling, where were you? It is time for you to also struggle. You are even struggling right after winning the EPL. So I now understand why people say transition, and a Slot, because now he has all the arsenals, he has the players. Link them together and the link is not linking. So the manager is struggling. So if you are Salah, my problem is that the environment should be conducive for the manager to think. The environment around the training grounds, around Liverpool, Anfield, should be very, very conducive for new players to adapt, or else the money that they wasted on Florent, on Isaac, on Hugo Ekitike will be waste. So if you are the key man and you can't join hands with the coach, if you are the key man and you are voicing out for us to know that, okay, so there's an issue between you and then Slot, because Slot didn't come out to tell us that there's an issue. Slot had the right to do what he did, and that's why he benched you, because he's the manager. You are not the coach. So if you're on the bench and then you'll be voicing out, not to Sky, not to Daily Mail, but rather in the mixed zone, someone's phone, for you to blow up, to stir Liverpool. And now it is shifting the blame from Liverpool are not struggling, but now the blame is Salah is not being treated well. Why? Because he was sitting on the bench for 3 games. Aden, what is wrong with that? Now Salah is speaking as if he fighting for a position in the team in 2025 after being the 3rd highest scored player for them in this season alone with 4 goals, 2 assists, behind Cody Gakpo, behind Hugo Ekitike. Is a crime. So he can't fight for the position because he earned that position in 2017. Because 2017 Cody Gakpo was not available, my friend. The 2017 players that you earned it against them, they are no more. If you like, follow them and go. But if you don't want to go, help these your younger ones to adapt. If you love Liverpool, if you are that killer for them, if you are the big guy for Liverpool, you are the one to even talk to Hugo Ekitike what to do. Link the pass. But Liverpool fans can testify to what I'm saying, that when Salah is on the board this season, he's not even making passes for Hugo, for Eddie. Eddie is going to the World Cup. He's not even giving the passes to Isaac nor Florent Vets. So clearly, you are not even trying to help these guys to adapt. You are rather talking to the media as if these guys that they are even struggling. Boss, mind you, Isaac is not even scoring. Florent Vets is not in his fine form. Hugo is not in his fine form. And Numpone is a threat to Salah, a whole Mohamed Salah. And because of that, you are voicing out. I'm waiting to see how these guys are going to respond to seeing Salah back at the training grounds after the AFCON. Because your talks now seems like the player who was playing your position against Leeds, against Bournemouth in your previous third game, shouldn't be playing because you are Salah.
No, I think with this game in particular, they played Dominic Szoboszlai.
At that place,
yes.
Szoboszlai scored twice.
Yeah.
So the manager can say, oh, this game I tweaked my system and then it worked for Szoboszlai. It doesn't mean there's a bad relationship between the manager and Salah. And there are videos now coming out. I've seen Sadio Mane's post. I don't know whether it's his account or not. Maybe I'm just saying, because the reason I'm saying there was a trap set for Salah is that already we've seen videos of Salah on the bench, and then there was confrontation between Salah and his own beloved father, Jurgen Klopp. And people were reading meaning into it. And I'll say it, this is the football world. We will always read meanings into what we will see. People will be like, Salah will not, accept to be. I don't know why that man, he's clingy to power. He feels the sense of ownership. He's like, whether Liverpool is falling apart or going well, Salah wants to be there. I know these are the attributes that defines big players. But when a big player doesn't know when to voice out and when to voice out, he tends to be selfish. He tends to be self-centered. The ego no one. So from Mane's era, every day it should be Salah. Even though Mane is the man, it should be Salah. Mane won the AFCON when there was no guard of honor or whatever. Appreciation to him. Jurgen Klopp was forced to keep you as the key. Mane will have to be sacrificed. I'm not saying Mane is on the level of you, but what I'm saying is that when you don't even allow your brothers to enjoy the glory small. Yesterday we saw Szoboszlai in your own position scoring twice. So when you tell me that you have to fight for your position, Szoboszlai Musu, he's a versatile player. He sometimes plays as a right back, midfielder, striker, right wing, left wing. So what is wrong with the manager trying him at the Salah's place? Or Salah is trying to tell us that no matter the situation at Liverpool, if you're a manager, whether Pep, whether Klopp, whether Otuado, whether Karim Zito, when you walk into that Liverpool dressing room on the drawing board, Salah's position is constant. Mo Salah. Nobody touches him. Aden, who are you?
Let me come to Wadud. Wadud, a lot of chatter about Mo Salah's controversial comments to the fans in the mixed zone. You've heard Zlatan emphasize a lot, and he is basically saying that Salah goofed. It was a big error. It's not good for his PR team. But Wadud, what are your thoughts on this?
So we need to look at this issue extensively, the positives. We need to look at this issue extensively, the positives and the negatives. I agree some of Mohamed Salah's words were harsh because you cannot say the club has thrown you under the bus and all that. But first of all, what Zlatan said about Carragher, I totally disagree with that one. That Mo Salah should come out and speak. It is not compulsory for a player to speak. At Barcelona and Real Madrid, they had players. At Barca, they had Piqué, Daniel Alves. Anytime the club is not doing well, you will never see Messi go in front of the media to talk. It's not because Messi is a coward or what. It's well arranged. So when Carragher said Mohamed Salah should move to the press and come and talk. What should he come and say about the club's situation? That's why Van Dijk is there. Van Dijk was the one constantly speaking about the club.
But then again, why is Salah speaking in the mixed zone then?
We will get to that. He has had enough. That is why. But I mean, it's not compulsory that Salah should come out to the media and talk to the media about why the club is not performing. Why the club?
Add Carragher's second statement.
About
he only talks when it goes against him.
Okay, so I'll come to that one is different. I mean, we will get to that.
He said those two things in line. He said.
I mean, we will get to that, but I mean, it is not compulsory for a key player or the big player of the team to come out and speak. How many times did Messi grant an interview when he was at Barcelona? How many times did Messi go to the press conference or post-match conference when he was at Barcelona? Same for Ronaldo, same for Neymar and all the like. So it is not compulsory for Salah to speak. When with Salah, what he has been doing in the past years and now, big players have big egos. Neymar, Mbappe, PSG made Mbappe because obviously the club is bigger than the player. PSG came to meet Mbappe. Hey, Mbappe came to meet PSG. But when he was at PSG, sometimes when they didn't pass balls to him, he get annoyed. He get pissed at the point he wanted French players in the team. He wanted to take out South American players and bring in French players in the team to play.
He got punished.
I believe with this whole Liverpool thing, they've left out Liverpool Sporting Director because obviously some of the signings they made this summer haven't made great impact in the team. What Mohamed Salah did last season was incredible. How many players in the history of Premier League have done what Mohamed Salah did last season? 47 goal contribution in a season. So such a player like this, what I feel that now that he is declining, you need to build team around him that can help him.
A declining.
No, he being the star player, but the team should. Of course, Messi is 36. Messi has a core team that helps him. He's not the one who does everything on his own.
But Liverpool are also preparing for
the
life
exit.
without.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying right now. That's why I'm quoting examples. Any point I make an example. Lionel Messi in Argentina, they are preparing for life without Lionel Messi. When there's no Messi, you see the clear plan they are playing with. When there's Messi, you see the plan they are playing with. But this time, when there's Salah, no plan. When there's no Salah, no plan. Salah has been benched for the past 3 games. One against West Ham, he didn't play at all. Against Sunderland, he came in the second half. And yesterday, he didn't play at all. What was the improvement in the Liverpool team we saw? So obviously, Salah, it's just a way to scapegoat Salah. Salah is never the problem as Liverpool. Because when there's no Salah, they don't play any better football.
Boss, actually, so who said Salah being on the bench means he's the problem?
Oh, that's why we are looking at it at the I'm looking at the positives and the negatives.
But why are you
Salah's
saying
comments.
Salah is not the problem? Who said he is the problem?
But that's why they are bench. That's why. So okay, why did Carragher say Salah should come out and speak? Speak about what?
Okay, so I'm coming. When they started the season, fine form team won the league with Alistair as the key man in there with Gravenberch. When they started the season, their first game, these 2 guys were on the bench for new players. Does that mean that Alistair and Gravenberch were the problem in the new season?
No. That's what I'm saying. So Salah is not McAllister and whoever grab. They are not on Salah's level. So when you are benching a player like Salah, you have to communicate with him.
Okay, so I agree.
There's no anywhere. Okay. There's no big player coach who bench.
Wadud, let's do this.
That's Salah's biggest problem.
Wadud, I am this. I'm on slot. I'm at fault because I didn't communicate to the greatest ever in our history.
Yes.
We went to play a draw. Still, the story and the narratives around the club is not pleasant.
That's
so wait, if you are that key player, will you go out there and spill the beans?
Maybe the coach is not communicating with him, so he has to go out.
So the coach didn't do it. And you are trying to tell me that big player down.
So and the coach the coach has been asked during press conference. He doesn't answer. He doesn't say anything to it.
So talk to your manager in chambers.
Why didn't the manager tell him why he was benching him?
So now he's fighting toe to toe with the manager.
Of course. And you see, no club will choose slot ahead of Salah. No club will choose slot ahead of Salah.
We are discussing the approach of Salah.
Yes.
Granting that interview in the mixed zone.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that what you do?
Probably
situations like
this? First of all, probably he's fed up.
Because fed up.
There's a
fed up. The coach has not given him any because if it is about his performance, I agree he's not performing. Why is Van Dijk not getting benched? Why is nobody saying Van Dijk should be benched?
Where's the replacement?
Who is Salah's replacement?
So
there's no better right winger in Liverpool team than Salah.
Played in his
they put Szoboszlai as centre back because he can play right back. So why don't they put Szoboszlai as centre back?
So by force Salah will have to. So you are trying to tell us that
if there was a quality or perfect play like Mohamed Olise on the bench,
Liverpool are playing badly. You can't bench all 11 players.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. If there's always a corner Salah should be benched. Salah is past. Van Dijk clearly making costly errors. But nobody's asking Van Dijk to be benched.
So you are trying to tell me that.
And he's also one of the key figures in the team. Okay. Obviously, if Liverpool are not performing, he was also not performing. But why is not anyone not mentioning Van Dijk to be benched? Konate. Yesterday, Liverpool were winning the game comfortably till Konate made that error.
Okay, so
but next game he will start and play. Liverpool is not doing extremely well, but he will start and play the next game.
Wadud, let's do this.
Yes.
Van Dijk and Konate are shambolic, just like Salah.
Yes.
Salah too is shambolic. You are trying to tell us that for the manager to be able to bench Salah, it means that he has to bench Salah and then Van Dijk and Konate together.
If it's about Salah's performance, then he should bench Van Dijk and Konate too.
Okay, so if he does that,
if it is about performance and not, you see, because
so if the manager
Salah, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes because Salah hasn't said it. But obviously, it's not because of only performance. I can assure you of that. It's not because if it's only about performance.
But don't you think this is the right time that the club that made you, the club that made you, this is the right time for you to prove to the club that you even help for new players to adapt to. But don't you think that his interview has actually disrupted the dressing room for the new players?
Here's Fulham, intricate 1-2. What a goal! What a goal! What a goal! What a goal! Fantastic team build up.
Wilson.
Harry Wilson with a goal of pure quality.
See how overs they played yesterday. Chelsea.
What a goal this is. Fulham are right back in it. And you did get a feeling. I think they've had about 10 corners already in this game. Very, very open. Very, very quick. I mean, look at that. Excellence 1-2. And with the outside of his boot. I mean, Iwobi, Wilson, he receives the return pass, and what a goal. Moment of quality. And this is a team that has been preparing on the training grounds. No doubt about that. There's no goalkeeper who's stopping that. 1-1, 38 minutes. We still keep an eye. Wadud, you were saying?
So Wadud, look at this. In the 3 games that they benched Mohamed Salah, they won 2-0 by beating West Ham. They drew against Sunderland.
Yes.
They drew against Leeds United.
Yes.
Is that an upgrade of losing 9 in your last 12 or
yes.
not?
But it's not Liverpool standard.
But wait,
it's an upgrade because if you are you are improving. But
so let's do this. So let's do this. This is Liverpool standards.
Yes.
And then now they are here. And Slot wants to find a way to hit their standard.
Yes.
And then he moves something. He moves the big player in the team to the bench.
Yes.
And now they are here. Don't you think it's an improvement?
They are not close to that where you are showing. Liverpool close to what you they are not close.
I'm coming.
The improvement in Liverpool is not up to 10%.
That's what I'm trying
since
to say.
Salah got benched.
That's what I'm since Salah got benched.
The improvement
not
is
lost
only to
again.
10%.
I'm coming. Since Salah got benched, in their with Salah in their last 12 games, they lost 9. And then without Salah, in their last 3 games, they won 1 plus 2 goals, and then they drew in their next 2. So 5 points from that. In the EPL table, they are just there. So
without Salah, they've won 1.
They've won 1 and then they've drew 2.
Yes.
And I'm asking you that if you compare winning 1 and then drawing 2 with the 9 lost in 12 defeats, which one is better?
The 3 games.
Exactly.
But it's 3 compared to 9.
So my point is that.
And Salah obviously will need to have you see them.
So don't you see improvement in the last 3?
No. But from what I've watched, the West Ham game, I've not seen improvement.
They won 2 against West Ham.
I've not seen improvement.
You know the improvement.
I've not seen, what is the improvement there?
They won 2.
Tell me the improvement in the Liverpool game. Is it link up play? Is it whatever? What is the improvement?
No, in this minute you don't want any better play. It is the win.
But there should be improvement. There should be improvement.
The manager,
you can't only speak about winning without improvement.
See, the manager is under pressure.
Because you can play. No. You can play teams like Luton and win, but there's no improvement.
They didn't play Luton. They played West Ham.
West Ham are not doing well.
So you mean
West Ham are not doing well?
So in their struggling,
Sunderland are doing well. They couldn't beat West Ham. They couldn't beat them. So Leeds are doing well. They couldn't beat Leeds.
So let me tell you this: in their struggling state, they were able to find a win away from home against West Ham. It was not a plus.
Even if they put Real Ngomo, they would have beaten West Ham.
Charlie.
Real Ngomo, they would have beaten. I know West Ham doing well. So this is where I want to arrive at. So these are some of the negatives from positives from maybe Salah's side, because what Owen added. Owen
from Salah.
Owen advising Salah is like Figo telling Messi what he should do at Barcelona. Let's assume. Let's think about this. In 20 years' time, imagine someone having an issue at Liverpool, and the same threat they are calling him a rat, telling the person that he's not doing well at Liverpool. He should have. What will be the narrative? Owen left Liverpool to Real Madrid when he was on form. Came back to Newcastle United and played for Liverpool's biggest rival, Manchester United. Right now he has the guts to advise someone like Mohamed Salah going through the same situation.
Abeku go give us this track. Wait, this track. I want to make Abeku give you this track.
Which track?
Hate the man, don't hate the message. With what Owen is saying, pure facts. But you are hating on Owen because he was in the same situation, so he can't voice out.
That's what I'm saying. Let's assume 20 years time. Can Trent advise someone from Liverpool? They'll call him a rat. Nobody like Owen has no right to speak about
Black said
issues.
Wait, do you agree with hate the man but don't hate the message? Do you agree with that statement?
I don't agree. So Owen has no right. Finally for slots.
Then what you are saying, there will be only Allah play Goofy advise you for air too.
And then finally,
nobody is perfect too.
Finally with slots. Last season, without Salah, Liverpool is not winning Premier League.
So with him,
Salah dragged Liverpool to the Premier League.
When he was
29 goals, 18 assists, Best Playmaker Award, Golden Boot, PFA Player of the Year, Premier League Player of the Year. Mention who has ever achieved
that
this.
Was last season.
2 points. That's what I'm saying. So as a new coach last season, this is the player who dragged you. And then they asked Slot about. He said Salah is the best player in the world.
Exactly.
So how is it that the best player in the world, all of a sudden, in less than 6 months, you're having issues with him? You don't have a good relationship with the player.
Who said
there's obviously something wrong?
Who said there's no good relationship with Salah?
Yes.
So because
when they asked Slot, what could he answer? Why didn't Slot answer? Slot couldn't answer. So such a player like this. See, last year Salah became the foreign player with the most goals in the Premier League. He's top 5 players with the most goals in the Premier League.
Last year, Salah was averaging 2.3 goal or assist per game.
Yes.
This year in the EPL, 0.03.
I made if he's been benched because of his performance, then there are also other players who should go to bench because of performance.
Then Wadud, you are telling us
because Salah is a big imagine Barca is not performing, Piqué is not performing, Alves is not performing. Then the coach say no, because of performance I'm benching Messi and leaving Piqué and Alves. Where do you do that? Wadu, so your Messi can decide game at any time. Wadu, so as Salah for Liverpool, he can decide the game for Liverpool.
Are you saying Salah should not have been benched?
No. I'm saying if it is because of performance, then others should also receive same treatment.
But they can't bench all the 11 players. That's
so okay, against West Ham, then you bench Salah and then leave Van Dijk. Against Sunderland, then you bench Van Dijk and put Salah. That's a fair treatment.
You are not talking football, bro. Be careful. You are not talking football, man.
That is why Salah is placed, because if you look at some of his statements, we can go through some of his statements. Man. It's not fair to him. Where I don't agree with Salah is the club is throwing him under the bus. It's not true. The club is not throwing Salah under the bus because they've given you a new contract, giving you a huge sum of money. They've increased your salary and all that. So the club is not throwing under the bus. The club, Liverpool, Slot is the one not treating Salah well, according to what he said. Because if it is because of performance-wise, there are a lot of players who shouldn't be starting games back to back. And you see, my problem with the Van Dijk is it's not that Van Dijk and then Konate. It's not that they play this game and they don't play the next two. When they get a poor performance today, tomorrow they are starting. So next game they are starting.
Who should start?
I don't they have players.
Mention them.
Liverpool don't get players.
Giovanni Lima is injured.
And so when Liverpool start, there's no centre back on the bench.
They are handicapped.
And who is the best replacement for Salah in the team? Nobody can produce what Salah produces in the team. So there's no direct.
So you are telling me that nobody can do what Salah does. So whether Salah is bad or good,
that's what I'm saying. The recruitment team didn't do well. They should have provided a team that was to help Salah. Now that he's going down,
I'm coming. I'm the manager.
Yes.
The recruitment team were at fault. We accept that. One, nobody can do what Salah does. Two, we accept that. Three, we are going into a game. We've tried Salah this season and then he's averaging 0.03 goal or assist per game. Soboslai in all his variation is giving me over 1.1 per game. I'm the manager. Will I sacrifice Salah or not? If he does
is Soboslai the replacement for Salah?
Soboslai, that's what I'm saying, that because the manager too is handicapped, because the recruitment team, as you are saying, didn't bring him the better options, and the manager wants to tweak something.
Because when Luis Diaz left, they didn't replace Luis Diaz.
I accept that. So the manager is tweaking the system. He tweaks it and then it touches Salah. And now the player is voicing. Now, don't you think the player is being more individualistic than collective?
That's why when I started making my point, I thought every player has ego. Every player, big player.
So when
he has ego, if you have to explain to him.
How do we solve?
When Ronaldo was better, man, he walked out of the stadium.
Exactly. When he walked out, what happened? What happened after he
went to grant an interview?
And after granting, what happened?
He left the team.
Exactly. So
people actually, he also, in his way of explaining the situation, he was also right. When Ronaldo was explaining, he was also right.
So as that big player, after being right,
a lot of people say he was wrong, but he also explained the situation to be in the right position.
Exactly. Everyone in his story is good.
Yes.
So after explaining your situation like Salah has done, that you got it.
Yeah.
Do you think he still have that positive energy to stay in the dressing room?
Why not?
He has to go.
Why not?
Salah.
Why not?
Ronaldo after
I want to say that in a week Salah will be going for AFCON.
Yeah, we'll go for AFCON. And you see Liverpool without Salah like for 1 month. Let's see how they'll play. If they are doing better without him, fine.
If they are able to do better without him, that means that probably January transfer window.
He will leave.
He might leave. The Saudis are on standby.
Last year, before last season, Saudis came 2 seasons ago. Al Ittihad, Al Hilal, they all came. But with what Salah did last season, who could have imagined that this season he would drop form? What he did last season was better than his first season in Liverpool, the 17-18 season. So who would have imagined that in less than 6 months Salah would drop? Nobody. That's what I'm saying.
Let me
see. Wadud, Messi carried Argentina.
Exactly.
And right now, they've built a core around him that are also carrying him. It's normal. Salah carried Liverpool from 2017. Now that he's declining, get a team that also at least push him up a bit. So last season, Salah was doing it alone.
Let me ask you this.
Wadud. At a point, Salah alone had more goals than Nunez, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, Meisoro, everybody combined.
Wadud.
So he was doing it and he carried Liverpool to the league. Without Salah last season, there's no way Liverpool was going to win the Premier League.
Nobody's arguing about that.
We're talking about the Messi that you mentioned.
Yes.
Messi in games for Argentina, that you are saying that he carried them and now they are carrying him.
Yeah.
Now Argentina carrying Messi, when they give him the ball, magic happens or not?
It happens.
From who? Messi, right?
That's what
I'm coming. Wadud, wait.
The team is carrying
Wadud,
him.
I'm coming.
So he doesn't need to do a lot like Salah. See,
Who told you Salah is doing a lot?
when you put Salah as a touchline winger, that's what I'm saying. He has to do a lot like Salah. How many chances does Liverpool create?
He's
Who the half spaces and all
this
that?
season, Salah
How many
sharp.
chances? Tell me, how many chances does Liverpool create from the half spaces? How many chances does Liverpool create per game?
So Trent is not available, so he can't function. He be so.
That's what I'm saying. How many? The same Trent, they call him a rat at Liverpool.
Exactly.
Same Trent.
So he
call him a rat.
So you are trying to tell me that. So
That's why Salah is feeling something because.
So if you are Salah,
at the moment he's going to leave Liverpool, will he get the Trent treatment or what? Because
Charlie,
what he has done at the club,
you know if you compare him.
what?
Trent is still young, and then he's moving to the club of his dreams, Real Madrid. Every big player wants to go there.
Yeah, but they treated him bad.
Exactly.
They even booed him when he came back.
I'm coming. You are the same person who told me that when you listen to Ronaldo's story from his perspective. I'm talking as a Liverpool fan today. From the Liverpool's perspective, now young boy, we made you 26 or 27. You are moving to another rival club of war, Real Madrid. Okay, we will call you a rat because you deserve it. From the fans' perspective, we are right. But the guy too has to follow his dreams. He was in England but studying Duolingo Spanish because he wants to play for Real Madrid, and then he joined the club of his dreams. We can't fault him because we've seen big players like Hazard, the Bales, Modric, all of them left the EPL to go to the Spanish La Liga. It is normal to happen. Even players who are treated as kings and princes in French League One left to join Real Madrid. But we are talking about a Salah who went from Chelsea back to Roma, Basel, until he came back to EPL to crown himself as a king. 30 plus years. He's not at the same age range with Trento. So they can't call him a rat because he has paid his dues. The 34 plus. What else do you think Salah has to offer Liverpool? Tell me.
So it also makes my point that this is now the time for you to build a team that will also help him.
You are
not fully, but a little. That will boost him up because the match is what he did for Charlie at his age. Did you cannot repeat that?
Did you watch Messi yesterday for Inter Miami in the Vancouver Whitecaps final?
Yes.
Messi at his age still has that eyes, the legs. I'm coming.
If you have a good coach, he wouldn't put Salah as a touchline winger anymore.
So where do you want to play?
Let him be dropping more centrally.
Has he done that before in his career?
That's what I said. Before Messi played for us, has he ever played for us?
Salah, what's up? Hey, Salah. Hey, 2025 Salah. I'm better than 2025 Salah. I'm not gonna lie you.
So I mean, there are some of negatives in his post-match, but looking at the bigger picture, obviously, if you are benching your star player, Owen, Carragher, they can say whatever they want. Salah is the greatest Liverpool player of all time. I don't care about Iron Rush. I didn't watch Iron Rush. I didn't watch whoever, Robbie Fowler or whoever. Salah has outdone what they did for Liverpool. So if you are benching such a player, we are talking about have a sit down, communicate with him. He will definitely understand. There's no way Slot will say, Charlie, Salah, I'm looking at the new tactics. I'm benching you. Ronaldo was benched at the World Cup. He agreed to sit on the bench because he was communicated. They communicate with him.
You are averaging 0.03, and you want us to treat you like that big man.
That's what I'm saying. See, of course you want to communicate. So you don't communicate. Make it so Salah benching a key player. Because right now that means there's going to be an issue between Slot and then Salah. This is the if the club has to choose one between Slot and Salah, Slot will go. Because Salah even though he's 34. What if, because it's the way he has dropped from last season in the last 6 months, he can also turn it around again in the next 6 months. You can never tell. Can you tell? You can never tell.
So if I tell you that,
and Salah is accomplished, well accomplished at Liverpool. So Salah's biggest problem right now is AFCON, and hopefully, I'm praying
your prayer will come to
Egypt and play his best ever football.
The negativity around Salah no go really Liverpool
to lead Egypt to AFCON glory. You see the narratives again.
If they pay me say
whether you come back,
if they pay me say Ghana no qualify for the AFCON, can we go eliminate Egypt? Salah. The negativity around this Salah, Mohamed Salah
has led, even with this team, he has led them to the AFCON final twice.
And what happened?
Yeah, this is the best time. Right now, he should at least focus. He has won the CAF Player of the Year two times, Premier League Player of the Year, Golden Boots 4 times, first player to win the Premier League. I said Premier League history. Professional Footballers Association.
You like history.
Players Player of the Year. See, if 3 times. If it's bring Iron Rush.
If it's about
bring Robbie Fowler. Bring Eden Hazard.
You see,
bring Alan Shearer. Nobody.
You are not being fair. Do you know why?
Why?
When we are talking about Liverpool's bad state and how they are struggling and then Slot might be sacked, we've not mentioned Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler, Steven Gerrard, because we are talking about the current impetus, the current happenings.
Yeah.
But when we
Salah is not talking about the current, he's talking about in general. That's why I said the club.
Then why are you sitting here shouting, bring Ian Rush, bring Robbie Fowler?
Nobody did.
Why are you okay? Salah is not talking about these players because we are all.
Salah reference, and then my last point. Salah reference, Ellen Haaland.
Salah said you.
When Hurricane was in England playing for Spurs, he went some games without scoring goals. They say, oh, it's just a blip. Hurricane will score in the next game. Hurricane will score, but he wasn't scoring for 10 games.
Because their manager
was scoring. They said no, bench him. That is what Salah is saying. Even Ellen Haaland sometimes blanks. Someone who is a born scorer, natural born scorer, sometimes he blanks. He doesn't score in every game. But you hear that, oh, Haaland is just, or Man City is not feeding him enough. But when it comes to Salah, why is Liverpool not feeding Salah? Because last season he was the one with the most goals, one with the most assists, best creator in the league, the whole Premier League with the best midfielders in the world. Salah was the best creator in the league.
So you want to tell me that before Liverpool will prosper, before they will score,
and when Liverpool join Liverpool,
Wadud,
Salah has elevated Liverpool.
Exactamente. We are
where they are to another level.
We agree.
Yes.
So my point is that
someone like that,
I am coming.
It should be
I am coming.